Hey, and welcome back. I'm glad you're here today because we're diving into something that could reshape the way Democrats approach politics heading into the next few years. California Governor Gavin Newsom is calling on his party to step up, get tougher, and directly take the fight to Donald Trump. And the way he's going about it is really interesting because it's not just about speeches or op-eds. It's about using action, media, and even humor to push back. So let's break this down together, and I'd love to hear what you think along the way. So here's the setup. Newsom recently said Democrats can't afford to just sit back while Trump dominates the narrative. He warned that Trump is already trying to rig elections in states like Texas, and that simply writing columns or making polite statements isn't going to stop him. And you know what? He might have a point. Trump has built his political brand on being loud, aggressive, and unapologetic. If Democrats don't meet that energy with their own version of strength, could they risk being drowned out? What do you think? Should Democrats try to fight fire with fire, or take the high road and hope voters respect it? Now, here's where it gets more concrete. Newsom isn't just talking. He's been working on ballot measures in California, like Proposition 50, which would give the state a way to respond if other states start messing with their congressional maps mid-cycle. Basically, it's his way of saying, if you try to rig elections, California won't sit on the sidelines. On top of that, he's been doubling down on climate policy, arguing that California has to lead the way because Washington under Trump is pulling back. He's even said, "We are what's left of environmental policy." That's a bold claim, but when you think about it, California really has set the tone on things like emission standards and clean energy. Do you think states should be the ones leading the charge on big issues like climate, or should that responsibility fall squarely on the federal government? And then there's the style of how he's going about it. Newsom has started using parody and humor on social media, even mimicking Trump's all-cap style. At first glance, that might sound silly, but it's actually pretty calculated. It cuts through the noise, and it speaks in a language people are already tuned into. But there's a real question here. If Democrats adopt Trump's brash communication style, does that help them connect with voters? Or does it risk lowering the tone of political debate even more? Of course, not everyone is on board with Newsom's strategy. Republicans, especially people like Vice President J.D. Vance, have already accused him and other Democrats of using rhetoric that could incite violence, especially after recent tragedies. And even within the Democratic Party, there are those who worry that going too hard against Trump could alienate moderates who just want stability. So the gamble is clear. Do Democrats stay cautious and risk being overshadowed, or do they go all in and risk backlash? If you were in their shoes, what path would you take? But here's the thing, whether you love Newsom or not, what he's doing forces Democrats to confront a big question. Are they willing to play as aggressively as Republicans when it comes to defending democracy, elections, and climate action? He's showing that a state governor can use tools like lawsuits, ballot initiatives, and even late-night TV appearances to push a national agenda. Imagine if more Democratic leaders across the country followed that playbook. Would it make the party stronger, or just more divided? Looking ahead, this might not just be about Trump in 2024 or 2025. It could be about setting the tone for the Democratic Party heading into 2028 and beyond. Newsom is clearly testing out a national strategy, maybe even positioning himself for a presidential run. And if that's the case, how voters respond to this bold, confrontational approach will say a lot about where politics is headed in the next decade. So let me throw this back to you. Do you think Democrats need to fight Trump with his own tactics, or should they stick to a different kind of playbook? Is Gavin Newsom showing the party the future, or is he taking a dangerous risk that could backfire? I'd really love to hear your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of those moments where people are genuinely split on what's the right approach. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and unpacking this. If you found this video thought-provoking, make sure to hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves talking politics, and subscribe for more deep dives like this one. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and I'll see you in the next video.